This is a guide to seeing and understanding your students' IB scores. First of all, to locate the final scores for the end of a class, open the Infinite Campus app and go down to Documents. Once you click on Documents, you'll find a drop-down menu where you'll be able to see posted grades, report card. And if you click on that, you'll be able to print out a report of all of your students' final grades for a term. Now you'll see the list of all the classes the student has for the year, but only the final numeric grades that they have for classes that ended term 3. So you see that the student has 3 grades that are posted. You'll see one number for each class that has completed. Now, to understand those numbers a little bit more, what you want to do is think about the difference between IB scoring and what the other types of scoring you might be more familiar with. For IB scoring, if you're earning a 1 or a 2, that's very limited or limited quality. Students earning a 3 or a 4, that's acceptable or good quality, they're progressing, but where we really want to see a student is a 5 or a 6. That's considered mastery, generally high quality work. Some students will earn 6s or even 7s, and 7s you'll find are quite rare. That's high quality, frequently innovative work. A more detailed view of this can be found in the Scoring Resource Guide, or you could pause the video here and read these general grade descriptors for each of these levels. Now, to dig into how a student came to that final grade, you'll want to go over to the Canvas app. Now, if you go to the Canvas app on your phone, then you can locate a student's class. So say you wanted to see in Language and Literature 7 how a student came to their grade. You can look at each of the different criteria. In each class, a student is scored on 4 criteria, which are labeled A, B, C, and D. And then all of those criteria are combined to come up with the final overall IB score. Now, if you're on your computer, you'll find that a little different way. You want to go to the top left, and once you get to your dashboard, you can make that view a little simpler by going down to the third icon there and finding the courses. And then once you click into a course, then you can click on grades, and that will take you into a similar view. Once you get into grades, you want to scroll until you find the criterion A, B, C, D final score, and then overall IB score. So that will show you how they did in each of the 4 criteria, as well as the final score. Now, an important thing to consider is, what do all those criteria letters mean? Say again, we're looking at language and literature. One of the things that I love about IB scoring is we can see sort of at a glance how a student is doing in different areas of a subject. So a criterion A is often a foundational part of the subject. For language and literature, that's analyzing. For many subjects, you'll see it's knowing and understanding. Criterion B for language and literature is organizing. You'll see these are lots of skill-based criteria. And then criterion C is going into communication. Criterion D a lot of times is reflecting or really using that subject. So you can look at, for example, this student, their criterion A score analyzing is 4, which is fine, but you see that they're really good at organizing, that criterion B. And then their criteria C and D scores, where they're producing and using language, those are fairly high too. So I know that this student needs to work, especially in the future, on their analyzing, but they're doing great at organizing, and then that editing and grammar for that overall 5. When you have more questions about this, please make sure you talk to your student's teacher or the IB coordinator. Thanks.